So the tour, well, I had to start in London, but then we move up to Preston, and from there we move on up through Scotland, through the Highlands of Scotland, up to Thurso there, across to the Orkneys there, and then later on up to the Shetlands.
Where the heather bells are blooming, just outside Granny's
This is the Hill of Many Stains.
Where as laddies there we played in days of long ago, 'neath the shadow of Benvraggy and Gulspie's lordly stay.
Here we are inside one of the cairns of Campster. Hi Neil, Lisa. There's a tunnel coming out here, and there we are, Helena. Vanish, Cape's Nest, there are horseshoe shape circle of stones around there. That's the lighthouse at John O'Groats, top of England and Scotland. Magnificent morning here. The Equinox in Stromness, that's our hotel. It's a pretty little yawl, or yole as they say here, the island of Hoy, and the harbour of Stromness, or Hamnavoe as it is in Viking. This is the ring of Brodgar, and way over there there's a burial mound, and this has got like 60 stones going around here. There's another burial mound there, and stones out of group. And between the two lakes, between those two locks, there's a causeway there that goes over to the Standing Stains, and there's another mound of Maze How, which I can't quite see about there.
It was just yesterday. I can still see your granny.
We're walking up to Maze How now on Orkney. It's apparently a burial tomb. You can see the entrance like there.
Her face, just a sweet.
This is the famous Skara Brae, underground dwellings right on the coast in Orkney, about 3000 BC, as far as we know. All of the roofs have gone, of course, they would have been built completely underground. Here we are in the rain, going to a little wee burial mound called interesting. There we go. There we go. So you come in through that little tunnel, and then it sort of opens out into like 3 chambers with like burial places in here like that, and some sort of, I don't know, target stone in there, with spaces like shelves for putting things like candles or something, I don't know, on. Outer defences of the Broch of Gurness itself. People would retreat into that in time of attack. It's about 30 feet high. A bit more detail of the moat, or not a moat really, defensive ditch. The entrance to the broch, it's quite an avenue. Some suggestion that there were guard dogs or something either side, and that as you get closer there was actually a door on a pivot with bolts. So as you come in through under the lintel, the door would have been just in here, and there's a pivot on which the door was swung. A bar would go across into those two sides to bar the entrance. Like one wall there, another side there, and as you come in there's steps that go up to the next level. And there's more than two levels, so people on one level, animals on another level. Now this looks pretty dodgy. Oh, I'm not going down there. Looks, you have to like crawl. There we are. Hello, is anyone there?
Only me.
Oh, there he is. Oh, that's good.
We'll see you tomorrow morning.
Lovely rainbow as we walk out towards the Tomb of the Eagles. Wild and windswept. So this is on the way to the Tomb of the Eagles. Miserable, cold evening. On the very tip of Ronaldsay, and you have to go walk for some little distance until you get to this 1950 something or 1970 something discovered 5,000-year-old Tomb of the Eagles, where you have to pull yourself in on this trolley like this until we get into the tomb, which is about like this here. There we are. That's it. We made it inside. Let me see if there's any ghosts in here now. Oh yes, there's a couple. Quite a long tomb, which has like chamber in here for arms and so forth. And there's another chamber up here. I don't know what that's for. Might be for legs, I think. And there's a chamber down here for skulls, apparently. And they're all kept separate. And we go back to the other end of the tomb, and it's got a similar sort of end to the previous one, a shelf, and then a higher shelf. And then it's got a, like almost a sleeping quarters or something there. And in here, yet another chamber. If I can just go down here, and it goes off like that.
Sweaty. I've got wind now.
If we can take ourselves out now. There we are. Just not too bad, is it? There we are. Oh, it's a bit of fun, it is. I think we just about made it. That's not too bad, was it? Did you enjoy yourselves now?
Said laddie, may God bless you.
Yeah, this one's on Shetland. Neil, what's this place called?
This is Broch.
Clickham Broch on
It's the
Shetland.
height of-
So here we go, straight through the outer defences. So now we go in through the inner wall. How high do these go, Neil?
Oh, much much higher than this, but we're not absolutely sure.
So just up the stairs into the first story, then through, oh bang, hit my head, into the double wall between the two walls, so the steps go up to the next story here. Jarlshof, which means Earl's House. But I mean, that's not really the name, that's just the name Walter Scott gave it. Quite a big complex with farmhouses and smithies. 2000 BC. They had bronze, absolutely, well, about 1000 BC. This is the actual Earl's house here, up the stairway. The wild and wasteful ocean. Shetland Islands. Some majestic countryside here on the tip of Shetland Island. Puffins somewhere in there. The rest of the team. St. Ninian's Isle, or the Tombolo, which joins the two of them. We're going over to there somewhere. St. Ninian's Chapel, with earlier Iron Age stuff underneath. St. Ninian's Isle, looking across the isthmus. So what is this, Neil?
This is Sun Honey Stone Circle, one of the famous Aberdeen recumbent stone circles. You see over there you've got the stone that runs flat, where the moon is supposed to rise at certain parts of the year.
So this is the ones you mean, is it, Neil? We're looking roughly east here, between these two stones, and the moon rises over there. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and they're higher towards the east and they sort of roll down to be shorter towards the west. Midmar Stone Circle, 10:15 Sunday morning. Here we are. What is this called, Neil?
This is Midmar Church, or Midmar Church Stone Circle, another of the Aberdeen recumbent stone circles. And there's the recumbent stones. See how they turn in.
This is Croft Morag. This is Mary's farm. A concentric stone circle. There we are, so line of circle stains around here. And another circle inside.
Hey, my mind.